playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 91 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter.
They'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Nixon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw here.
They'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
A give running right. Gibson breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. And he'll go down at the 28. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Gibson again. And he'll go down at the 28. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds Hardy on the slant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring them 4th down here.
Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Now a handoff up the middle. Nixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And some room to maneuver. That good for 19 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
The Eagles hit 9-2 to start play. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive.
At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching, they remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL. I say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran trade and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year not to take anything away from him. They'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
A handoff for Gibson.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And it's fielded at the 34. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, You know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things start
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Eagles to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Philly. 66 yards.
And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, this will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. But we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
A give to Gibson running right.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Going right back to Akers. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They dropped him for a 2nd straight play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2nd and 2. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Number 10. It's a gain of 3. First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Just a 4-play drive that time. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Come back, team! 60 average! 60 average! 19 tight! 19 tight! 18, 5 in! Ready?
Looking to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw again.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. And he'll complete this to Gibson.
And he's got some space here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So it's a victory.